Everything I learned about money. Today we're gonna talk something very materialistically, but still make it into a greater, bigger perspective, where we talk about money and we talk about it in a way where I explain to you everything that I learned about it, both in the good sense and also in the bad sense. So let's get into it right now. Money is an interesting topic because there are very different perspectives on money in general. What I see is that people have 180 degrees different experiences when it comes around the topic of money. Much coming from where they grew up in, what their life and circumstances were, if they were in a safe environment or if they were in a more dangerous environment where they needed more stability. Everything that has been your youth can also reflect on your relationship that you have to money. Money is not really an issue. People say money is evil, money is very bad, or it's wrong, or it's like people hating on billionaires, and although the billionaires have not been really in the best light lately, just hating on people for the sake of them having money, all of these things is purely based on the idea of you feeling like you're less than because you have less money. You're less than this or you're less than that because they have more money. So what you're gonna do, you're gonna hate. People never hate on the people that are below them. People hate on the people that they feel that are above them. But people being above you and below you is an illusion. There is no person above you and there's no person below you. We're all equals in the sense that we're all human, we're all born, and we're all gonna die. There is no one that can escape death. No matter how many billions you have, you're still gonna die. We're all equals on this earth, even though through evolution, some came more on the prosperous side and others came more on the poverty side of the scale. So what I've learned, the first thing that I've learned is that people have very different perspectives around money. People hate money and other people love money and other people are neutral about money and everything in between. Therefore, we avoid talking about money a lot in social settings because there is so mixed reactions. It's like talking about politics. Why do we not talk about politics in social settings? Because someone is very left or someone is very right, someone is in the middle. So how can you have a harmonious conversation when everyone has a different perspective on it? The same thing is around money. Everyone has a different perspective about money, and the greatest way to make an argument with someone is just bring up about money and they can argue forever. Let me get some little water. So money is not the issue. Money can never be the issue. It's just a piece of paper. What is the issue is our perspective, our beliefs, our mindset, our ideas around money. If you have any negative perception around money, it means you haven't healed your relationship with money. Because no matter the circumstances, money shouldn't even be positive or negative. It should just be something neutral. But the reason it's not neutral is because you have somehow placed your self-worth on having money. You say, I am valuable when I have money. It's like a permission slip. You give yourself permission to really live your life and be confident and be giving once you have money. You feel like right now I'm not gonna give because I don't have enough, so I need to take because I'm in lack. It's called lack belief. Lack belief meaning I don't have anything, so I cannot live. I cannot live until I have. I cannot start living until I have. What if you start living even though you don't have? Doesn't mean you recklessly spend your money. It just means that you're not waiting to get money in order to have the permission to live, in the permission to be confident, in the permission to be yourself. You're waiting to live because you think once you have money, you're gonna live. Once you have money, you're gonna live your life, you're gonna live a crazy life, you're gonna have lots of fun. Why not right now? See? So this is what money does. It gives the permission slip to live your life. And we're waiting to get that permission. And the thing is, you're never gonna get it through money. Because once you have a certain amount of money, you want more money. And you want more money. And you say, let me chase it a little longer till I get this much, and then I will give myself permission. So you can only give yourself permission right now, before chasing anything. Or forget about chasing at all. What if you give yourself permission right now? Meaning living in the end, meaning living like you're abundant. This is not some law of attraction stuff. This is not about affirmations or visualizations. This is about you giving yourself permission to live. And not letting money decide if you live or not. Not letting money decide if you are yourself or not. Not letting money decide what kind of choices you make in your life. Because how many choices you make purely for the sake of money. You see, it's this little carrot that's being dangled in front of you, and you think when you have it, you're going to be satisfied. The only way to be satisfied is to stop chasing the carrot. Stop chasing the carrot. Stop doing things just for the sake of money. Stop doing things only to get money. What if you lived your life in a way where you're doing things for the sake of you wanting to do it? I'm making this video because I want to do it. I was actually excited about making this video. I'm not thinking about anything that I get out of this. And I might not even get anything out of this. But it feels good. It feels great. I feel aligned because I live my purpose. You see, purpose makes you still contribute value to the world, but in a way that feels aligned, and therefore you're not just doing it for money. You see, you can achieve success without purpose and make money. Wow. Shouldn't you do that? What if you just got a really good sales job and you really work yourself on the top and you make really good money, and then you become sales manager and you become making really good money? Why not do that? Because you would never do it if it wasn't for money. That's why. You're not doing it for the sake of purpose, for the sake of fulfillment, for the sake of alignment, for the sake of being here. Because you're not here to get. You're not here to get more. You're here to give. This is what Jesus stands for, and I'm not even Christian, and I'm talking about Jesus. Jesus stands for that he was giving. He couldn't take anything anymore because he was on the cross. What could he take? Money? Would money help him survive? No. He was dying and he chose selflessness. There was nothing for him to gain. And that's why he says, what if you gain the world but lose your soul? What if you gain the world but lose your soul? And now the people that hate money, they think, oh, if I have money, I'm losing my soul. No. You see, this is again a misinterpretation based from a hurt place of feeling like people that have money are lower than you, so you drag people down, so you say they're evil, they're bad because they have money, and then you can feel good about you not having money. No. That's a petty, silly game. Everyone should be treated as equals. If someone has money, good. If someone doesn't have money, good. We shouldn't hate on anyone, whether they have money or not. Or even in the opposite side, you are very nice to a person that has money. Oh, I'm so nice. Super manipulative, by the way. Super manipulative. You're very, very nice to a person that has money and very mean to a person that doesn't have money. Like, if you're consistent, you're like mean to everyone or you're nice to everyone, that's just your personality. I cannot say you're bad because you're mean to everyone. If you're mean to everyone, that's just your personality. Okay? I'm not blaming you. But if you're nice to someone that can get you something, gosh, that's like ego in disguise. Like ego to like max level. Okay? So ego is based on survival. Ego is based on money in the sense of what can I gain from it. Ego is in the sense of like status, impressing others. Okay, so money from an egoic perspective is very, very, very important. It's very, very, very important. But from a selfless perspective, so going beyond ego, there's a different seeing of money, where it can be of value to give in a way that feels bigger or grander, right? For example, let's just say Mr. Beast. He is getting money, now he has the ability to give more, right? So that's exciting in a selfless sense of like, oh, I can give more. I can give more and more and more. Giving more is then what is exciting. So the exciting thing is that you can give more. But you already can give. It's just that you can give more. So there is no lack in that place of selflessness, because you can already give. Everyone can give right now. They can give people a compliment. They can give people online. They can give in all types of ways. Okay? I'm not just talking about money. I'm talking about giving. You can just give all the time. But to have money, now you can give money as well. So from a selfless perspective, you're always in abundance, and once you have more abundance, you have more to give, so you have even more abundance. So you're like either abundant or you're more abundant. That's the only difference. In a selfish perspective, it's like, how high do I rank on the status scale? How high do I rank on how much status and how much power do I have? And it's coming from very insecure, very selfish, very survival-based place. And there's no fulfillment in there. There's no way that you can ever be positive about money, because you're either hungry for it and you need it, or you're trying to gain status by hating on people that have money. Like, oh, I'm better than the people that have money. No, you're not better than someone that has money. What are you talking about? No one is better than anyone else. We're all equals. We're all born, we're all gonna die. Okay? We're all like little kids playing around. Okay? So don't say that you are better than a person that has money. Like, no, I'm better than. You're not better. You're equal. Neither are you better than someone that's poorer than you. If you have someone that's more poor than you, you're not better than them. What are you talking about? Okay? You are equal to everyone. Is equal in the sense of like, sure, someone is more intelligent in that way, someone has more money in that way, someone is more pretty in that way. Everyone is different in that sense. But that's looking at life in a very materialistic, very superficial way. In essence, we're all equal. This is what meditation, consciousness teaches you. So if you say you meditate and you're conscious and you're hating on people that have money, you are not conscious. Because being conscious means you're not looking at the superficial side of people. You're looking at people as in their soul. You're looking at people as in who they are. And that doesn't mean there aren't rich people that in their soul are, not fulfilled, but you should have compassion rather than hatred. You should feel like I could help that person rather than trying to bash them down and trying to drag them down so that you can gain status, right? Because how do you gain status? Either by going to that place and being inspired and moving to become that person, or by dragging someone down. So what does everyone do? They are too lazy to build themselves up, so they drag everyone down. But forget about building yourself up as well, because why do you feel like you're less than them and you need to get to their level? What if you are right now good enough? See how just money alone creates such a way of how you live your life, how you give yourself permission to what to do, if you're going to focus on purpose or not, if you're going to focus on what you want or not, if you're going to live your life or not, what kind of choices you make or not. It's like almost everything you do is based on that. So we give money power by valuing it to such a great extent. When a true perspective, from a selfless perspective, you see money as a nice tool to help more people, but you already feel abundant because you already can give to others. That's all that abundance is. Abundance is, I have enough and I can give to others. I have enough, I can give to others. I have enough joy so I can give joy to others. I have enough happiness so I can give happiness to others. I have enough self-validation that I can give validation to others. You see? People are trying to drag others down. What if you try to build others up? What if you try to be a selfless being or person that's giving to others and not taking? That is when you know your relationship is healed with money. Because now you're no longer being in avoidance, right? Because if you're hating on money and you're saying it's bad, you're never gonna try to make any money, okay? Or on the other side, if you put people that have money on a pedestal and you're trying to work yourself to be at their level, you're also not gonna feel good enough. You're gonna always feel not worthy, like they're better and I don't deserve it, or I'm not lucky, or those kind of things. So in that sense, your relationship with money is either on these people are evil and bad and I'm good, what's complete bullshit, or I'm lower than these people that have money, so I should act myself low and timid and not give myself permission to live life and feel powerful and joyful and happy. That is, again, a way for you to see, okay, I have not a good relationship with money. So this is all about inner work. Inner work being, don't put people higher than you, don't put people lower than you, just see yourself as equal as everyone else, because that's what you are. And then start to focus on abundance that you already have, meaning what can you give? Look around in your home. Look at everything that you can give. Think about every way that you can give. Think about things that you can give verbally, energetically, emotionally. And you can give in so many ways, not just in the sake of money. And once you see how much you can give already, you start to align yourself with being this valuable person. And with being valuable and with giving value, you will receive value back. That's how it goes, and that's how you turn yourself into an abundant person. This is truly healing your relationship with money. This is what it is. It's going from selfish to selfless. Selfish to selfless. Selfish to selfless. It's also the emotional scale. The first level of the emotional scale: shame, guilt, fear, anger, desire, pride, all based on ego. Above, courage, acceptance, neutrality, right? See how everyone is like either hating or feeling unworthy because of their lack of money and not giving themselves the permission to live. That is all a relationship with money that's broken. It's broken. Okay? You don't feel good in your body because of money. You understand? Not because you lack money, because of your perception of money. You don't feel good in your body. You don't feel free. You don't feel like you can do whatever because you are focused on money is bad, money is evil, or I'm not good enough, they are better than me because they have money. Treat everyone as equal, treat everything as equal. Come to this more neutrality place in the emotional skill around money. Neutrality, acceptance, and then later on, love and gratitude for the money. That's all. You don't have to force yourself to do this. You don't have to sit 2 hours straight and being grateful for money. That's just not working. What you just need to do is to let go of your egoic perspectives around money. Then you naturally get more to a selfless place around money, where you're trying to see it more in a contribution way, and how to contribute and how to add value to yourself and how to add value to the world. What will move you into an abundance cycle. This is what I learned around money. And see how I'm not speaking about money in the sense of learning on how to make money or learning on how to focus on what's bad about money or what's good about money. There's good and bad in everything. There's good and bad in you. But overall, we can bring everything in a more selfless perspective. Therefore, we feel more aligned with the truth. What is that we can be in acceptance and in neutrality around these topics and not make them such a big deal, because everything around money nowadays is such a big deal. We cannot even talk about it. I cannot even have a conversation with people about it. They all get triggered. They all get defensive. That's why I'm making a YouTube video about it, because in person I would not be able to talk to you about this, because you will get all triggered and defensive. So this is truly what money is. This is how you can let go of all the hurt and the pain when it comes to money, giving yourself permission to live your life, being able to be more confident, more yourself, more feeling free, not in a sense of cockiness where you're trying to belittle people, because that's also what it talked about, right? Making people less than you so that you can feel better about yourself, but rather seeing everyone as equals and everyone is equal to you. That's a beautiful way to live in life. That's completely aligned with the selfless perspective, and that way you can move into a place where you're giving value and being a valuable person. What is most important when it comes to aligning to your purpose. Anyways, I hope you like this video. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and see you in the next one.